Hopefully you guys can hear me. You know what? Me and Alex Worthington sitting here.
Welcome in, guys. This is the finals of the Master Division.
Yeah, it is. And as soon as the first dart was thrown, our computer completely crashed. So I think I might be the fastest restarter of all time.
I tell you what, I would definitely second that, because by the time I walked out and tried to peek at the game and come back in, you already had it restarted. And you guys missed a little bit, but as you guys see right now, Danny's shooting a 5.5, so they're definitely bringing the heat. I hope you guys are entertained. Sit back and watch some great darts here for a minute.
All right. Let's make 100% sure that we are live. What a scary situation that was there.
Brady's taking a look at them 16s right there. He's going to try to fill them up. Yep, there it is. And he needs another one. Ooh, took a look at it, hit the single 8. Going to give a good chance here. Danny's coming up here with a commanding lead. He's got a 106-point lead here with a 4.33. No, he's down, I think, right now. Yes. They are going 16s all day. Sorry, guys. I was looking at the wrong score there. I don't know if Danny was either. But he was like, I think Brady had to come and check him. If you guys have not been paying attention.
Hits it again, Alex.
9 mark right there.
Yeah, Tom having the high ground here. He might take it. No, probably not. He might take a look at it. I don't know. Yeah, he takes a look at it.
And right there, you only need a double right there. So I like the shot at going at the double. It's a bigger target right there. So you're aiming at the triple, and it's a smaller target, which, yeah, it's rewarding, but so is that double when you only need 2 to close. Come on, Brady Brown. I think he's going to try to make him pay. There's a, ooh, right on the outside, 1 hole on the outside. That's going to bring up Tyler for a big shot right here. He's got a 10-point lead. And this is game 1, guys. This is game 1. He closes at 16. I think he's going to, yep. He was taught well. He's going to hammer them 20s. Oh, catches the 5 on the third one.
What a sweet throw he has. That is definitely... I want to see it again to really talk about it a little more, but it's Joe Cullen-ish.
I love it because, yes, it is absolutely Joe Cullen. Joe holds his dart off the side of his body and kind of shoots it in to the outside, you know. And one thing that's crazy about a dart player is if it works for you, you better use it.
Well, I actually, I could be totally wrong here, but it's something to do with the dominant eye, dominant hand.
Yes.
So Joe Cullen is same eye, same arm dominant,
yes.
I assume?
Yes.
So, yeah, Tyler's rolling that way, and that would be sweet to be able to throw a dart from the side of my head.
And how they can do that is he's got to square his shoulders up. So he's not turning his shoulder into the target. He's more facing at the target, which is you got both your shoulders squared up, and you can throw better that way. And like I said, it works for people. Some people it don't work for.
Yep. Easy bullseye here for Tyler, it seems like. The way he's been shooting, commentator cursed the heck out of him. Dang it, Tyler. I am super sorry about that, but
you can thank Mr. Derek over here for that.
I've been watching him for a while.
He's
missing very many bullseyes. I promise.
I tell you what, he hasn't. He's been lighting it up. It's been looking really good. But you cannot do that with Danny Broughton and Brady Brown in the house right there because I think he's got to hit 1 bullseye and then they steal the game, and he's got this. I'm telling you that right now. I tell you. And that's how he's been doing that, folks, for the last 5-6 months to a year. Danny Broughton's been bringing the absolute fire. He just won Shoot the Rapids. He's on another tear right now. If it wasn't, he actually got double dipped by Brady Brown, or he would have probably won a state championship yesterday. But Mr. Brady Brown came in there and double dipped him. I think Danny knocked him into the losers bracket. And I think that's the only person Brady Brown lost to all weekend.
Danny and Trevor Bubholtz.
Yep.
Buboltz. Wow. Telling you. So, unlike most of us watching dart streams and obsessing over all this, Danny does not. So, Danny has no idea who these players are. And me and Danny Broughton, me and Don Spear are telling him exactly what he's doing, and he doesn't even care. He don't even care.
I love that the most about Danny, because I used to be the same way. And then if somebody's like, oh my gosh, this guy's really good or that guy's really good, it can get in your head, and it can be weighing on you. Sometimes if you just don't care about it, you go up there and pound the board. Danny's one of those guys where he hits 100, he hits 140, he hits 180s, so he doesn't care really who he plays. He's gonna bring that A game. As you guys see it right now, what he just hit four bowls to win the last game, I think it was.
Yeah, and he's throwing a 6 right now, but it's still early. You know what? When Tom Keller's in control of the 20s, it's just an uphill battle here. Or downhill battle, or however you want to say it. It's tough.
Hey, whatever
It's
side
tough,
of that side of that hill you're trying to go up, right? And at that point, Brady Brown is a good player. These guys can definitely put it on each other, and I think that's one reason why you're going to see 6s out of this match right here.
Throwing a 3 and still not the bottom player. Super shocking. Danny is going to attack the heck out of this.
You absolutely,
18.
You know this is coming in hot right here. That's what I do like it. Before he would kind of rush that. Now he's kind of slowing up and realizing each of these darts matter really a lot. Every single one of them. As you see, I was going to say a 9 mark. I didn't want to curse him, but there's 7 right there. And I tell you what, that's a big 108 points. But don't sleep on Tom Keller. Tom Keller's got he's got that upper house, and that house is it's going to work for him. And it did right there as I spoke it right into existence, folks. That's a nice 7 mark from Tom Keller.
Yep, I did think I mentioned that when Tom's in control of the 20s. It is a downhill battle. Is that what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Back to this again.
I tell you what,
he's going to hit the heck out of him.
It's an uphill battle, and I absolutely love it. And I tell you the reason why I love it is I've actually had the pleasure of playing Tom for about 10 years now, and we've had absolute battles, so I know exactly the darts that he's going to bring every single time, and I just hope that I have some in my back pocket so I can kind of match him when I get there.
Fats are hard to hit. Hits a double. Goes back up for points, I believe, on that last start.
It was
it was like halfway in between the bullseye and the trip 20.
And he hit that single 5 right there. And once again, he leaves Danny with 50 points behind. And a double here would really change it up. Three singles, he's going to light it up. I tell you what, every single person in this dart room in the Master Division has been really fun to play this week, and I'll tell you that. I actually, there's a couple people I can probably say something about, and they can probably say something about me too.
Tom takes it, shooting a 5-1.
And that's Tom Keller right there. Hello, welcome back. 5-1 for Tom Keller's in the house. It is 1-1, folks.
Yep, Danny and Brady are in the king seat match, or the king seat holders, so we'll need to be double dipped if it gets down to that. This is back to a race to 3 because it's top side.
Which I think when you get into the level 1 in Masters, I think they need to make an exception and make it a little bit longer format, because sometimes we don't have boards to warm up on. Sometimes we can't get going right away, and it sure, if you want the best starts out of these state champions and these players in Michigan, we need to have a little bit more of a warm up time. And I think there's some improvements that we can be made, and all we can do is just put in the word, and hopefully they make the changes. What a big shot by Danny right there. I mean, that 6 mark it didn't get the lead right there, but it sure put a whole lot of thinking here in Tyler's mind. And he's got that hitch on over to the right side, but I like how he turns his shoulder and really follows it. It's one smooth throw going into the dartboard. Brady Brown's got another smooth throw. He's got this little pump thing going on, and it's working for him. If you guys if you don't know who Brady Brown is, there's plenty enough videos between this one and USA Darts, Monster Live, Bull Shooters. He's been all over the place. Brady Brown is coming up, and you guys better watch out for Brady Brown. What a beautiful start to a 4 mark right there. Tom fills up with 5 right there to take the point lead, 156 to 133 here. He's up 23 points, which is not a lot to Danny. Danny can hit a triple, and then he's got some thinking to do right here. A little unlucky bounce out right there. We don't even know. I think it actually hit off one of the guides right there. It was so close. I don't know if it was in the corner, but tough break right there for Danny. Tyler's there. Oh, just a bad deflection, just a bad break right there. That could have been a huge swing right there. Brady's up with a 16-point lead, and he's got the house over him. I think he's going to probably stay there and hit another triple. I would definitely where that dart's sitting. It's almost a beautiful marker. I think he got a little distracted. He dropped his dart right there, which I would almost want to pick it up, so I got 2 to throw. I don't want to throw that one and then worry about my dart on the ground or if it's going to get stepped on, something like that. It's just kind of a personal preference. But especially in a room that's really packed, you never know what's going to happen. There's darts flying all over the place. Tom's coming up here with a big shot. Hits that triple 18 on the first start. Fouls it again. Oh, Tom Keller is being Tom Keller. Tom Keller with a beautiful coffin shot right there. Takes 108 points. So that gives them 282 to 228. What a beautiful, beautiful round right there by Tom Keller. Brady Brown gonna try to get some of them points back. There's a nice triple right there. Let's see if we can follow it. Oh, a little bit of clapping here. We got, I think, some. I don't know if that threw him off a little bit or the way that dart was sitting. We actually had some cheering going on. I think somebody else was doing some winning over here to the right of us. Nice 7 mark there by Brady Brown. I'll tell you what, if they don't get their stuff together, oh man, he just slipped to that triple one. I was going to say, Tom Keller is shooting. He was shooting a 6.67 right there. 300 points and a 6.67. Pretty outstanding. What a 5 mark. Just kind of put a little bit of butter on that popcorn. Let's go. Tyler's back up here with 354. He's going to try to do some damage on the 18s. Only hits 3 of them. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Now with Brady Brown sitting behind you, man, that's good. He's already proven he's a winner here this weekend a couple of times. So let's see if Brady Brown does Brady Brown things. Does he look at that 18? No, he does not. He finds 5/17, which is just fine. He gives a 92-point lead. So he's going to take that and make Tom Keller really work for this. And just a 7 mark. Just Tom Keller doing Tom Keller things. And that is the best way to put that. This guy has been through so much over the last couple of years, and he just still comes out and shows up and shows out and puts on a show week in, week out. Did it at MDC with an unbelievable show. I mean, you have to go back and watch it to realize what this guy done, and he put. I mean, I was blown away myself, and thank God I wasn't playing because I would have been shaking in my boots, and I wasn't even playing them.
Yep, got a CDC card this year. Had the highest 0-1 average in the game time streaming events and singles, shooting a 37 on the night, and a not too shabby 4-4 in cricket, right? And Berger shot a 4-6 on the night and lost. So that 37 really gets him somewhere.
And to do that, and that's split bowl too. You're there's a reason why this guy just got his championship dart circuit card. But you know who else got one this year is Brady Brown. Brady Brown, I think, went down to Columbus, and went down there.
He did. He got his card.
Yep, and congratulations to both those guys. I can't wait to see them guys on the tour and get their feet wet. And I tell you what, they might shake some feathers up. So if you're on the championship dart circuit this year and you're listening to this podcast right now in this stream, you better take a note to who these players are, because just in case don't worry that it's soft tip, but both of those boys can straight up throw steel tip darts, and I'm talking 180s, 140s, and they can hit ounce. So you better put on your seatbelt and you better buckle up for a good time, because that's what them guys are going to come give you. Both of these guys are fighters. They might be shaky in their first weekend, but the second or third weekend when you get these guys going, they'll be rocking.
Yeah, Danny won the 0-1. Brady won the cricket. Tom Keller and Brandon Quednow both got their CDC card, and there's someone I'm missing. Someone else got their CDC card.
Robert Ham. Robert Ham is an old school Grand Rapids dart player, and he don't play a lot of soft tip. But I tell you what, back in the day, we actually were blessed and played a couple games of soft tip and like a invite only tournament, and he lit it up.
I think it's possible Kim Wallace got his.
I don't know if he did this year.
I think that's the person I'm thinking. I feel like he was in the top. I feel like he was in there.
There's the game shot by Danny. But yeah, I think you're right. I don't know if he got it this year or last year, but the Michigan folks, they show up and show out. Chris Swanson, I think, still has his card. Jeremiah Millar's got his card now. And so, I mean, the Michigan guys are they're gonna be bringing to the table.
Farm might have his still.
So Danny and Brady's got the 2-1 favor right now, and that's just gonna put a little bit of pressure on Tom and Tyler right here. But I think they can step up and answer this calling. If not, don't get me wrong, these guys have been playing darts probably for the last 3 or 4 hours, and they probably gave it everything they have. So a lot more players got a little bit extra gas in the tank right now.
Big shot from Tom.
I think you got a little bit more of a focused Brady Brown, but like we all know, Brady Brown's been putting in a lot of work these last 2 days. So I don't know if this guy's even human at this point. I'm waiting for some oil to start popping out of his elbow from how much he's been shooting some great darts, man. He's been really lighting it up. Really proud of my buddy right there, man. He's been killing it. Really good to see. He's been putting the practice work in. A lot of good things are happening for him. Oh, wow. There's 4 right there from Danny. Oh, he can only get 5. That first start triple really had him thinking right there, which leaves the door open, honestly, for Tom Keller to really put in a if he puts in a 9 mark right here, it's going to change the game. Even a 7 will work.
Well, he hit a 6 mark last time.
Nope, he's getting a little mad at himself. Nope. Just needs to calm down a little bit. I think Tom knows right now that it's 2-1 Brady and Danny, and he knows who he's playing. So he knows there's no room for error whatsoever. They need to make sure every dart counts or it's going to point and do something in this game. You can see Brady's a little frustrated too with that throw right there. Let's see what Tyler's gonna do. If Tyler can put in a good solid, there's a triple. Oh, he got that second dart. I felt like couldn't come out of his hand fast enough. I think he just needs to slow down just a little bit. That first dart was a perfect dart right in that triple 19, and they closed to 20, so they do got a 23-point lead. Danny's gonna probably pound the 18s, or he might go 17s right here. He does choose the 17s, and there's 4 and 7, just like that. I actually like that play a lot because you've been aiming at the 19s for a minute and just going to switch right on over and go to the 17s. No, not necessarily. You have to reach up there and then close the 18s right away, but you miss up there and now they got a window. And man, Tom Keller puts in a solid 6 mark. 114 points right there, man. That's exactly what you need to do against these two. Now let's see what Brady Brown's got. He's got a single right there.
Yeah, they finally take the high ground, get the point lead, and Brady takes it back. So 6 mark here, and you might look at it.
You got Tyler right here. Like I said, he's got that Joe Collin, the Joe Collin throw, and I love that you noticed that out of all of the throws. That's actually pretty cool. because like that's one of the unique throws that actually works and does it. If you guys know who Damon or it's let's see who was another one. There's a few other people that got a really kind of a hitch to their throw, and it really works for them. But you have to dial it in. Alan Suter is one, the fireman. I think he's a fireman. Yes. Dude, yeah, and that's a crazy one. Then you got Stephen Bunting stands all the way over to the far side of the hockey, as far as you can go, and he throws it so wide. He gives it like the curveball, fastball, changeup all in one throw. You know, you can't make it up, but it sure does work for him.
Forcing Brady into a new house. And once again takes the point lead. Coming through clutch darts here, Brady Brown.
Just Brady Brown, he said, I want 3 in a row right now. I think that's all that's on this kid's mind. Somebody else won a championship out here apparently. But having Danny Broughton on your team and you've already won twice, I mean, the confidence probably can't get any bigger for this guy right now. And like you said, I mean, he's going for 3 in a row right now. I'm pretty sure he has. I don't know. Well, no, I think there was mixed doubles last night, wasn't there?
Yeah, and Danny got second in cricket singles and second in mixed doubles last night. And then Brady won cricket, and today he won 0-1.
Yeah, but Josh Bird he made a heck of a run. He was so close to defending his 501 championship. He actually got knocked out in the second round and fought all the way through. I think he played something like I think it was 9 to 11 matches to get back to play Brady Brown. A little bit worn out, but that was still a heck of a final earlier. And like I said, that just shows you where Brady Brown's at.
So he also won the Game Time Streaming Championship. He also won Steel Tip at Shoot the Rapids, and he also won doubles Shoot the Rapids with Chris Swanson the year before that, I believe. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure he won doubles with possibly Swanee. And what a monster. He's actually a 2-time back-to-back Game Time Streaming champion.
And the level of talent in this state is it's really underachieved, but it's not. When we go to dart tournaments, usually our Michigan people show out. We can usually bring some fire within somebody. We had Gage Middleton go down to the Buckeye Open and play Leonard Gates in the top 4 in cricket. And I tell you what.
No, that was Chase.
Oh, Chase Middleton. Yes, yep, Chase Middleton. And that's even better because he's younger and he's got even more time to grow and build and be better. But man, heck of a dart scene here in Michigan. They showed out today.
Well, and needs to hit this 16 here. Comes away with it, but Gage Middleton won the bull shooter versus Bird. One bullseye away from the championship here. Doubles cricket. Brady Brown is gonna get a look at this.
And I tell you what, there is probably a 95% chance it's going to happen. Could I jinx him? I don't know. Probably not. There it is right there. And I'd say congratulations. Congratulations, Brady Brown, Danny Broughton. Heck of a championship run. Tom Keller and Tyler, man, way to fight all the way back and take second place. That's no slouch either, especially in the master division in this room. I would take that all day long. Huge shout out to all those guys. Let's see if we can go see what they're thinking and maybe get a little interview with them. But we'll catch you guys here in a minute. Stay tuned. We're going to put some music on. We're going to try to bring you a match here in just next few minutes. One more match, and then we're going to actually call tonight. It's been a long night for us, guys.
All right, guys, we have a last match for you guys on the night. This is a championship match in Division 7 between Ryan and Drew versus Crystal and Faith. Ryan and Drew shooting with Dilton Sons out of Indiana, and Crystal and Faith, USA Amusements, out of Indiana as well. So they got some warm-up darts here. They're going to get this game going for us. This is a championship match in Division 7. The Ashes to Ashes, which is Drew and Ryan, they have to be double-dipped here.
So this is Faith stepping up to the Aki. First dart laid it right up into the 20s. If she could find a couple more, that'd be perfect. Get them started with maybe a little 4-mark action. Get them going.
So you can't see it on the camera showing the players, but they've got a pretty good following of people sitting behind them. They've got lots of fans sitting back behind them. They've been waiting to do this match on the stream. They've been sitting here for a minute. So I think they had this match available to them at 12:30. We're now going on a little after 1 o'clock here. So happy to get them on the board here. Some young, fresh, familiar or unfamiliar faces to Game Time, but familiar in the industry for sure.
That was Drew just finding one of the 20s. What do you think about stream for these guys? We don't know them. We don't know if they've been on stream ever before, but here they are in States. We're at a high-intensity match. Everybody's pretty equal. Drew was up to the line. I don't know if he was singing, if he was calming himself down. His darts were a little bit, flustered, it seemed like. I watched him in warm-up. He had some good darts going, but it seemed like once the match started, maybe they were fluttering out a little.
Yeah, he had his AirPods in, probably singing to himself, but in these Division 7 matches, you got to think, probably haven't seen a lot of stream time in this tournament here, or just in general where they're shooting. So, I mean, the cameras are small, but they can definitely play a big role. We were talking to some good shooters earlier. Don Spear mentioned that off-board, he was able to take out a 174 no issue, and playing on board, he had an issue taking out a 74. So, even some people who have been on stream and played in some big name tournaments have issues with the camera here sometimes. So, nothing bigger than just kind of shaking your jitters out and playing your game.
Ryan able to collect on some 20s that last round. Seems like he may be settling in a little bit. Maybe not thinking too much about the stream, and I think that's kind of that's a massive proponent, man. If you don't care about it, then, good for you. But if you're even thinking a little bit, what's everybody else thinking? All these people watching me right now on TV, what are they thinking about my throw, what I just did? Forget about it, dude. You're going to lose. You will get in your own head, and that's it.
I'm thinking about the first time you and I even commentated on stream here. How many times were we offered to do so, and we were like, I'll just watch. People aren't even seeing our faces. Just kind of took jumping into it, get those initial jitters out, and we've been on it quite a few times here ever since then. So you kind of hear that story with other people getting on the stream. They're hesitant at first, but then they get that first game out, and they're like, oh, hey, we got a game that we're about to play. You got room on the stream, so.
Yeah, we were really digging for matches when it first started up. Just last year, Derek was able, Game Time Streaming and Derek able to get this going and get people on board, and it was like we were fighting to get people over here, aside from masters who are used to the stream. But now it's just everybody's, hey, can I play? And yeah, trying to jump into this, I was initially just like, dude, I can't do it. I'm going to say something dumb, Now here I am, I can't stop talking. Ryan up to the Aki. They're up 60-0, 20s over 19s. I think probably go 19s at this point. He opts to go for the 20s. I think that move kind of drags the game out a bit, considering, round 4 out of 20, you're up 60. There's only a couple houses, opened up. but that's my opinion, and maybe I shouldn't press that on anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, you see your opponents kind of throwing a little slower here, so now they're up 80 points. They have the 19s open, which obviously, you can 5-mark these 19s and catch up very quickly in this. So, I mean, not odd to see them go for points there, try and really gain up where they can, but doesn't hurt to progress the game either and just start working down the board. If you take away those 19s, you don't have to worry about your opponents getting points on that.
Faith finding a trip 17 opens up a couple houses now. They got the 19s and 17s, gains a little bit of points. Obviously not up to the 80 that Ryan and Drew have, but it's another way to go about the game too. Opening up houses. There's a little bit of pressure on that when you think, man, I only have the 20s and they're opening houses. What am I going to do about that?
So Ryan and Drew looking back at their bracket history on today, it looks like they have 0 losses total. So starting in on the start of the bracket, they won 2-0, and they've been carrying 2-0 wins all the way across, so they're top side on this. Crystal and Faith, looks like they only have 1 loss. Let me check their bracket history here. So they lost right at the beginning. They lost a 2-1 game, and everything else has been on bottom side. They've been beating everybody 2-0. Oh, nope, shows they actually have a couple of 2-1s there. So, but they worked their way all the way through the bottom side bracket to get back here.
Which is phenomenal darts, man. I mean, you get booted to bottom side quickly, and you feel like you're on your back the whole time. Maybe not everybody, maybe not them. But, I mean, at least, they've battled back game after – I mean, how many games were right there, dude? That was like 6 games or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, into the 6th right now?
6, 7.
7 is how many games that they've battled to get to this point. Or is this game 7 right now?
No, that's 7.
Wow.
This is their 8th game, and they got
Seven games and got a double dip.
This is their 7 games on the bottom side. This is going to be their 8th game that they've played today in this bracket. And they have to double dip in the race to 2. So you're looking at 9 games for Crystal and Faith here that they have to show out to take this championship home.
Yeah, that's honestly impressive. And you want to consider the fact, too, Crystal and Faith been throwing this whole time. When you're sitting king seat or right around king seat, you're sitting for an hour, 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours, whatever it is. And they've been throwing this whole time, keeping warm. Sometimes it's hard to come back and get that warm up, get that, get the arm slot and all that. So Faith able to cash out on some 19s, lessens the difference there between Ryan and Drew and them. But I don't know. Drew's got some work to do. I mean, they've been sitting on the 20s all day. At some point it's time to move.
Yeah, and Crystal and Faith can really make Ryan and Drew kind of struggle here, because even though Drew and Ryan are up in points on the 20s, if Crystal and Faith slowly work around that board and find new houses, then Drew and Ryan have unfamiliar territory that they've been shooting at in this game. So all of a sudden going from 20s and then you try to close out that 19 or something, that's completely different than where they've been aiming this whole game. So not necessarily the worst spot to be when you have to open up house after house to score points, but not ideal either.
I agree. Got a substantial lead now. I think it's time to move on to the 19s and try and wipe some things out here. You're 109 points up.
Yeah,
it's time
100%.
to move. Do it.
Wouldn't be shocked here though, since they've been aiming at those 20s, if he went over to the 18. But he does go for that 19 to close that point option out. He's thinking about going back up to points possibly, but I really think he should hammer on this 19 here.
I think he's trying to do some math in his head, considering the difference, and what if they hit this, what if they hit that. Don't think too much, man. When you get up to the line, you have to have a plan A and a plan B. If plan A doesn't come through, then you have to go through with plan B. Otherwise, you're doing that, sitting there and thinking about it. And whatever, dude, we ain't pros, but it's just acknowledging like a different strategy and maybe trying to implement that next time and be like, I have a plan A, a plan B. Let's follow through with one. If not, then the other. And
Yeah,
not have to come up with it.
a lot of the time you'll see people go in with that plan. Okay, I'm going to go 2 to points, 1 to close here. If those first 2 points don't hit, you go all 3 to close, or vice versa. You go 1 to close, 2 to points, and you got to be quick on your feet in this game. But also, I mean, there's no rush. Everybody takes their own time. I'm horrible with my outs when it comes to 0-1, so you'll see the cogs turning up in my brain on what I need to go for here. So Drew and Ryan up 240, playing against a 150 right now. Looking low to kill that 19, as he should. Gets it in the 2
There it
darts. Now he
is,
can
yeah.
switch over.
I say go 17.
I agree.
You got a 90-point lead.
I agree. You're over on
You're
that bottom
comfortable,
side of
and
the
he's
board.
looking. I think that was a great
That was a great look.
opportunity, and I hope he doesn't look back on that and go, man, I should have went 20s. I could have had a trip 20. You know, no, man, that was good. That was solid darts. Played that well. Crystal trying to put some work in on them 17s. Manages to find 1 out of 2 darts here. Just the one, decreases the deficit, but not going to be enough. Curious to see what Ryan thinks about this. Maybe he takes a stab at the 17s. Maybe he does go 20s. Maybe he opens a new house. Obviously, everything's on the board, but
Looks like he's
different
aiming up
levels
at
have
the top.
different strategies, I feel.
Yep, finds a single 20, a triple 20. Sliding over, possibly going for these 18s here. Oh, slides over to the 15s. Whatever he's comfortable with, go for. Especially when you got a point lead like this, you have time to shoot around at what you're comfortable with. No pressure to kind of take houses away from the opponents that they'd be going for.
This is an optimal time for Drew and Ryan to be comfortable and throw. Don't get worked up. Easier said than done, right? But don't think too much about anything. You got basically a 120-point lead or 160-point lead. You got a lot of points on them, so you can go up there and get comfy, launch a couple darts, fail a little bit, and still be good.
Yeah, so this is Cricket 200, so you can only go up above your opponent 200 points. So if he hits a triple 20 here and goes up 60, he can capitalize on another 4. So you got to realize you got a good point lead here. I'd switch over to those 18s or those 17s, take that away from the girls. Just outside of that triple on that second dart.
Faith flying into them 15s. Oh, whoops, my bad. I'm sorry. I did know that. Crystal flying into them 15s, obviously going for the 17s, trying to capitalize on a house that's already open, gain some points. But if you're going to have a fallout dart, it ain't too terrible to have another house because of it.
Yeah, nope, not at all. So gentlemen still in the point lead here, but then you look on the other side of the board and you see a lot of X's over there. It can get a little intimidating. Finds that double 17 to close that out. Has 1 mark on the 15s. He's already kind of aiming there with those 17s, so wouldn't be shocked to see a double 15 here. Goes for it.
There he goes. Yeah, you called it, Drake. I mean, you're right there. You give it a little more oomph.
Yep.
And there you are.
He was stepping back, maybe the change his throw there. Looking for it again, just falls short. Ends up getting that double 17 again. So Faith going to have to look at those 15s now. Get up here in points.
Faith just needs to have a little dun-dun-dun faith in her throw right now. Get something going on them 15s. Score up a little bit. I mean, you can't completely demolish the lead, but you can really put some work into it and put some pressure back on these guys, and that's what they need to do. They're comfortable. Drew and Ryan are too comfortable right now. And if these girls can get it going on these 15s, it'll be a different game.
Yeah, comfortable in this leg alone, but also comfortable just sitting top side of this bracket. So just a reminder, Crystal and Faith do have to double dip Drew and Ryan. Race to 2. Shaking those jitters out, aiming for those 20s to try and get himself up in points. Would have liked to see some throws at the 18s there. Now that he's missed those 2 20s, see what he does. Finds a single 10. Not going to be able to get anything on that one. Going to give Crystal a chance to come in here on these 15s. They can definitely close the gap tremendously here.
I think that 15 dart, I don't know. I don't know if that was he felt some pressure on himself or what. If you're already going points, you know, there's no sense in throwing 2 at points and missing and then going off to 15. Because if you don't hit that trip, I don't know. I think nerves are playing. There was pressure. Ryan's got something to say. Let's see what he's got to say about all this. What's the game plan? What's the strategy? He's going to beef up in points and get some comfort going, knock out the 15s, move on to the 18s. What's the plan here? He's thinking about it too.
Looks like he's aiming up high. Yep, going for those 18s. Hits the neighbor on the 444. I don't want him to get discouraged here. He's right there. Goes to the points. Not a horrible move. Sticks on the points again. Got discouraged off that first start, it looks like. It's almost like a good marker. He was right there, just a little shallow on it.
Managed to capitalize on the 20s, though. Big deal. There's a lot of comfort in padding some points, especially considering before that it was only 30, 40, 50, 50-ish point difference. And, you know, a trip 15, I mean, that puts you right back in the game. So I get it, and I like it. I'm good with it. Not that anybody needs my approval, but I'm good with it.
In a game where you have to double dip, it doesn't hurt to take risks here. An interesting move. By no means am I a pro, so it might not be the best move, but an interesting move for the girls would be to try and close those 20s, as that's the only house that the boys have. And that seems to be, if they miss one dart, they go right up to those 20s to increase that point lead. So if you could take away the pointing from the gentlemen, you put them in a very different position to open up anything. They haven't really shot at the 18s too much. Now Drew takes that 15 away from them. So now sliding over.
Not a fan, man. It feels like, you know, I don't, I feel like I'm dogging on them, and I don't mean to. I just, you know, why go 16s when you can go 18s? You know, there's comfort in the bottom of the board. I do understand that, but you're talking a significant difference in points. So if the girls hammer that, like she just did right there, and doubles down on it, your lead is significantly decreased. She's found it. Crystal made a move on that 18 and punished them for it.
7 mark on that. Finds that kind of runaway bowl on the start there, but then 2 triple 18s to follow suit. That's huge darts. So now putting Ryan in a different position here. Ladies are down 37 points, if my math serves me correct. Kind of see that group that I talked about earlier funneling in on that right side. If we could move the camera off to the left, you'd see a lot more over that way as well. They've got a good little crowd here sticking with them.
Yeah, big support system for this level 7 matchup here. Ryan electing to go for them 18s, try and clean those out, see if they can't keep their lead, plus, you know, get rid of any house that they've got going on. Yeah, either way, I mean, really, either way, I like it. I like it. 20s or 18s. Let's see what Faith can do with the 18s. If they can't give them a bump in points here, maybe kind of turn this game around a little bit.
Just looking at Drew and Ryan, they look like some younger faces. Definitely going to be interesting to see them grow in their dart careers here. You know, coming in, already playing in the States tournament, that's awesome. Like to see their confidence grow and be able to, you know, rely on themselves more to switch over to some different numbers when they're ahead in points. So now they're down by 17.
Oh
And she closes
my gosh,
with 20
the dagger
huge
darts, dude. Huge darts. Faith took a chance, and she made him pay. Oh, my goodness. That was killer, and now the game is switched. We are on round 17 out of 20 right now. That was the other thing I was going to get to earlier. You're at like 15, 16, especially at this level. You can pad points and win this game. I don't know if that was anybody's strategy yet or if anybody's paying attention, but it's a massive deal right now. This game totally just flipped on its head, and they're looking at it going 18 out of 20. They know what round it is. They're looking at the points, and I think the smart thing here right now is don't worry about the 16s. I think just 18s. Go 18s.
Yeah, Crystal had that killer round on the 18s last time. So needs to stay up on there. She knows she's able to hit that triple. She found 2 of them on the last go, able to get a single here. Adding 18 to their point value. I think we're going into round... Oh, this is round 18 right here. Yep. Okay.
I'm curious if Drew and Ryan recognize the situation. I mean, they have to score points anyways, so it's not like it truly matters, but they got to load up these 16s, undoubtedly. And right now he needs to keep his chin up and not get discouraged.
Yeah, we've mentioned it multiple times today. Darts is as much of a game of skill and practice, equal parts headspace. Yeah. Getting in your own head can really hinder your throwing ability.
Faith trying to center herself, calm herself down. Elects to go 16s. One more closes it out. Manages to do so. I go 18s here. Yep.
You got to think you have to hit that black in the bullseye to put this game away. This is, round 19? Start of round 19. You go 18s there. Good look. Doesn't get it, but not the wrong look at all.
Smart darts. I like it. You pad points. If you miss, you miss. You're still up. If you hit a single bull, it does nothing. Drew opens up bowls here. This is round 20 out of 20. Crystal, I just don't feel like you go bullseye. I think you take your bets on your points because that's a lot of bullseyes to fill up.
Yeah, if you're feeling your bullseye, you go for it on this first dart here. Now you need to stay on that 18 all the time.
Boom, boom.
Good darts from Crystal.
That's the nail in the coffin. Obviously not impossible, but I think that'll do it. I gotta tell you, that first dart that was thrown,
the first two,
I feel like I saw the bullseye spin a little bit, and I just, sometimes, the board don't lie, but sometimes the board lies. Not that a single bull would have made the difference, but,
Yeah, his aim was definitely right there. That second dart followed up Didn't move that bullseye like it did on that first one, but it was right in that same spot. So it kind of seemed like he hit the trim there on that bullseye both times. Found that double on the third. Just too little, too late. Crystal and Faith going to take the 1-0 lead here. Race to 2. Crystal and Faith do have to double dip.
Drew throws first, manages to find just a single 20. Not the worst that could happen. My gosh, a fat 5 mark on them 18s.
Yeah, start with those 18s. You just were killing them on that last match. You know it's a good spot for you. So, not quite as high as that 20, but it's right around that 20. So if you ever need to switch over there, you've got that aim already kind of dialed in on it.
Yeah, valid point, man. She was murdering the 18s before. Both of them were. So I'm a big proponent of going for what you're comfy with. Many times I will go from 19 to 17. I won't even bother with the 18. 17's right there. I don't know what it is. It's a sweet spot, but the point difference versus my confidence is unmatched. So I go with what I'm more comfortable with.
Huge darts there from Ryan. Able to take a 60-point lead here against 36. Want to see Drew and Ryan kind of trust themselves a little more here in their ability to close other numbers. Obviously, you got to take your points, but when you get up on some points, you got to switch over and stop some bleeding in other ways. So these 8 teams seem to be a good number for Crystal and Faith. Only up 6 points here, so definitely throw at least one dart to the 20s. If you hit a triple, maybe think about looking over to the 18s. Stay on the 20s here. Only finding 2 of them. Wants to go for it again. Can't get it. Flights out into the neighbor. All right, had some issues there with the Facebook chat there, loading for a second. I got it pulled up now. Appreciate you guys for tuning in with us, sticking around with us all day. Going to be back at it tomorrow morning, throughout all the day. So Crystal and Faith have the 18s closed, but down in points. Got to get up on here. Ryan deciding what he wants to do here. They got the point lead. These guys are comfortable having more points, as always. So up 160, playing against the 126 here. See him fighting the battle. Does he stay on the 20s or does he switch over to the 18s? Force your opponents to go elsewhere, open up a new house. Stays on the 20s, gets up to 180. Big triple 18 to tie this game up, 180 to 180. Six marks the 20s, adds 120 to their point values. These ladies have hit, what is that, 13 18s to get to 180 here. Gonna need a good chunk more to tie up on the 300.
To humble myself and practice humility, for which I need, I, with the mics not hot, corrected Drake on his math, and I was wrong because I did not consider the girls had, you had to have 3 marks in the 18s to open it up in the first place. So just so everybody knows, I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk behind scenes.
I would like to point out the huge darts from Crystal and Faith there. The down in points opt to close those 20s. I mentioned it in the first leg here. Ryan and Drew have really, Ryan and Drew have really only thrown at the 20s, so it's putting them here in a different spot than what they're used to, at least in this match. They've been really going hard on those 20s to get 300 points total here, but going to have to open up something different now. Probably try and close your opponent's 18 as they're down in points.
Yeah, Ryan spent a dart at the 20s. I don't think he realized they were closed out. Throwing him through a loop a little bit here. I don't know if he's thinking close 18s or move to 19s. But elects for the 19s and hammers it. That was awesome by Ryan. Gathering himself, taking his time, and you don't really see that a ton. But for him to sit there, settle himself, contemplate, talk with his partner, he's got the time. I think that's a mature move, especially in this. Again, I gotta say it, but in this level, like to not just whip your darts all around or anything like that. Like that was great.
Yeah, you got to think in doubles, this is a team game now. You got to ask your partner what they're comfortable with throwing on their next trip up to the Aki, as well as playing your own game.
Yeah, Drake, that's something you, me, and Tyler, when we very first started darts, we barely knew how the game went. We were throwing all over the board. Eventually, after like a year, we get comfy. And then it did get to that point. It was like we would stop and be like, hey, like I understand 18s are more than 16s, but you've been killing the 16s the last couple weeks. Like, do we want to get a dart at some numbers we know you're going to hit?
Yep. Yeah, 100%. You got to play your strengths as well as your teammates' strengths. Sometimes you got to bite the bullet and throw out a number that you don't really want, especially like in an 0-1 game. You got to realize, okay, I don't have an out here, but I can leave my teammate with a good out. So do I throw at the 18 even though I don't like it to leave him with a 50?
I'll tell you who likes the 18s, Crystal and Faith, buddy. They have, I'm going to do it again, a lot of faith in them 18s, baby. They find them triple beds like it's home. They are never lost on that number. And I got to tell you, it's not a favorite number by a lot of people.
No, odd position. A lot of times you got people throwing right-handed, so you see them, they'll normally line up straight across the board, and then to get to that upper 18, you got to switch your stance around. You got to open your chest up to the board a little bit if you're not moving your feet.
Yeah, you got to say it with your chest. That's as far as I'll go with that one. Ryan figuring out what his next move is going to be. Looking like some 19s, trying to gather some points, pad it a little bit. And you know what? Maybe I rescind my comment earlier about having to move around a little bit. This has been an absolute point battle every game that they've played so far, which is 1.5. But it has been high scoring. Both teams are complacent with just battling back and forth on their numbers. So, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I just got to shut my mouth and just watch the game because not always do they have to do what I think.
$54 points added to their total. 378 plays a 376.
Like a magnet to carbon, dude. Just sinking that triple into that 18. You like that?
I like that.
You like that? It ain't even just steel, dude. It's carbon. It's carbon, baby. Carbon steel. Let's go. Feel free to correct me in the chat, guys. We're here for entertainment purposes too, not to just be know-it-alls. Obviously, I know of like carbon fiber. Fiber? No, carbon fiber would not be attracted to a magnet whatsoever. But
if anybody in the chat knows if carbon is magnetic,
if
I can
you guys know your
Google
elements
here,
and electrons and stuff,
know.
hammer me with it, dude. I think my teacher passed me in college with in chemistry just because he wanted me out of there. So that would make sense. Everything would make sense right now. Ain't nobody in the chat correcting me on Facebook, so I guess I'm right. Either way, we got a point gap disparity here. And I would bet $1. I bet $1 Ryan goes 19. If he hits 19, he goes 18. That's my guess.
Yeah, you can see the faces of Crystal and Faith behind him. Being down in points is very annoying.
I just lost $1. He went 2 19s. Yeah, this is an absolute battle. I fully agree. I have been entertained. I mean, we're talking almost into the 500s. Level 7 battle. People throwing threes. Like, you're throwing out of your head at level 7 if you're throwing a 3. Drake, you and I played earlier, and I did not average a 3.
First time I threw a dart,
I
in
averaged poop.
Many months. I was not throwing my previous average when I did play regularly. Always fun to throw a dart, though. You got a comment there. Carbon fiber is not magnetic. I was watching on YouTube.
Well, no. I know carbon fiber is not magnetic. There's like no electrons and stuff in there. I'm saying carbon itself, because you have like carbon steel, but then you also have like aluminum and stuff. Is aluminum magnetic? Man, I'm so out of my realm.
Let's just stick to dart talk. I know tungsten is magnetic, I think.
I'll stick to medical terminology and darts. How about that? I'll quit making everybody mad.
I'll do darts and asphalt.
It's almost 2 a.m. and I'm just pissing people off. I'll just cut it out.
Thank you. I believe it's Gage for coming in the chat there and letting us know.
Finally, I get some relief on that. Now I can go home and just be embarrassed for the next 12 hours. I appreciate it, Gage. Thank you. That was my original statement. Aluminum's not magnetic, but I nearly rescinded it because I got, again, dude, I think my chemistry teacher was like, bro, hey, just get out of here, dude. I was snoring in chemistry. College. Dude, I got a C- is what he gave me because I met up with him after class. He barely spoke English, but I think he was so tired of seeing me sleeping and drooling. I literally woke up snoring and one of those jumps. Woke up, there's a little slobber on my book, dude, front row.
Desk naps at school you always feel like you're falling. They're great naps until you feel like you're falling. It's the scariest thing you can go through.
So you just clap your dome off the book in front of 40 other students?
I myself didn't pass chemistry either. I had to take my exam late because I caught on fire and I was in the hospital there for a little bit.
This man legit caught on fire. He was all burned up. We make fun of it every day.
Chemistry teacher attached the answer key to the back of my exam, and I still failed that class. So,
oh, buddy, I gotta tell you, there's something about making fun of your friends that just tickles you right. I gotta tell you.
Middle around 14 in this game. 490 playing against a 396. No houses open for Crystal and Faith. Going to have to move to these 17s, open something up here.
Gotta tell you, Crystal kind of mean mugging, man. A little bit of that RBF on that board, you know what I mean? She's attacking it. She is serious. She is game face. She is don't mess with me. I'm trying to get this dart where it needs to be. Send that baby home.
Yeah, we got to think this is, a lot of people have been throwing from 9 a.m. if they played in singles games. It is going on 2 a.m. A lot of people got to be here in 7 hours if they're playing in events tomorrow. So you can definitely see the fatigue start to take on here, as well as when you're going up against people and you're just down in points, they continue to go on points. That can be frustrating as well. And when your darts aren't hitting where you want them to open up those 17s and get yourself in the lead. A lot of things here that can take place.
Yeah, it can take a toll for sure. Gage, you never took a chemistry class. I'm glad that you didn't take that and knew all that information, even though I've taken it, I think, 3 times. So if that says anything, if you guys ever see me in the hospital, I promise I know a lot more stuff than what I'm saying right now. You know, little booze acting up on me, you know what I'm saying? Oh, one doubles, yeah. Intermittently, depending on how my head feels. The worse my head feels, the more dumb stuff comes out. So, I mean, if that's entertainment purposes, then sure. I'll come up in here with a Captain and Coke or something. But
Yeah, we got the open doubles, Master and Open doubles tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. I believe level 4 and up starts at 8, and then 2 and 3, level 1 and Master, they have later start times.
now we're getting into this game again. We're looking at maybe some rounding out situation. I don't think we're going to finish on bulls unless, somebody pulls a couple nines out of their pockets. Ryan able to find a trip 17 there, extends the lead a bit, a little over 100 points. What do we got? 100, 110, 111 point lead here. If I'm Ryan, I'm just sticking to the 17s, dude. I mean, at this point, whatever. Get 200 up on them.
What, 19s?
Whatever you want to do. Yeah, 19s, 17s.
19's the higher
just
number
points
there,
at this point.
Finds a nice 5 mark in
And
those
he finds
19s,
it.
so
Woo!
more than likely going to go to a point out in this match, bring this to a 1-1 race. Still have this throw here and then 3 rounds to follow that after, so obviously anything can change. Big triple 16 to follow that single.
I think Crystal's another one to watch. She means business. A good 2 out of 3 darts are finding the spot they need to be. And I think if there's anything to be mentioned about rewatching your streams, do not take away on the negatives. Take away on the positives. I know everybody drives that point. But think about where your darts are going. Think about the situation you're in. High pressure, championship matches, on stream, and you were able to manage at least your average, maybe better. I'm not sure what their averages are. But it's a big deal to focus on the positives and remember how you felt. Go home and practice and practice and practice. And then the next time you come up, you're going to have that confidence on stream. You're going to have that confidence under pressure, and you're going to know what you did last time, and you can come up big the next time. It's work, it's effort, but I know she can do it. Everybody here can do it, but she's been pretty consistent, and I like that.
Triple 17, triple 15, so closes up on the opponent's house and opens up one for her. Round 18 of 20 here. Ryan going to be looking at those 19s. Daryl in the chat, appreciate you stopping in, man. Had you on stream earlier. Watched you a couple times off stream. Always good to have you. Wow, single 15, double 15. So closes out, puts this one in a position to be closed out on bullseyes. Only has 1 throw. Still 2 rounds to go here, so I'm expecting to see a 19 from him. I would like to see a throw at the bull, and if you miss low and to the left a little bit, you end up getting a 19 anyways. So,
yeah, and you know what? I mean, you only got like 20 more points than your 200 up. So, whatever you want to do at this point. They have so many bulls they have to come back on, and I just don't think. I think it's pretty far out of pocket to think that that's going to happen.
Daryl said too bad ran into Josh. Yeah, Josh and Lance were shooting very, very well. They ended up losing a little later on. The team was Bulls out?
Bulls out. Yeah, Bulls
something
out,
like that.
yeah.
They shot very good. They went to a 1-1, and then, yeah, last leg decider, they ended up losing, but they were shooting very, very good. Always tough when you run into Josh, for sure. Bulls Deep was the team name.
Bulls Deep. Oh. You're right. Yeah, Bulls Deep. Bulls Deep took Josh and Lance last leg decider, and they took them Bulls Deep, man. They took them for a run.
So round 19 here. Drew not finding anything he was looking for there, up 596 to 412. So, from my understanding, it's not necessarily based off just Rabbit. It's just all the vendors that they'll put in your point totals, and you have to qualify for so many games. I know Dakota played in states last year, not this year.
Yeah, Rabbit Darts is a vendor, I think, down southwest, something like that. But you have Advanced Coin Amusement. You have Motor City Darts. You got several places.
Kelly Coin.
Yep.
USA.
When you play in your leagues, whether it's a 2-man, a 3-man, whatever you're doing, it takes your averages of your MPRs for cricket. It takes your 0-1 average, and then from there, you separate, because you don't come in here and play. You play your cricket or you play your 0-1, and you get ranked based on how you've been throwing throughout league, which is a big difference. If you're playing 2-man versus 3-man, generally that 2-man you're gonna get yourself a higher average because you get to throw a little bit more instead of being stuck on bowls for 3 rounds or something. Somebody could come in, their average on 3-man being a 2.8, but in singles or doubles they're a 3.4.
So Drew and Ryan going to take that with the 612 over 412. Looks like we're going to get a quick little drink and or bathroom break.
I hear you, Deanna. My bad. I thought that was Southwest. Yeah, a 1.8. Man, I don't even know how many levels there are. Do you know how many levels there are?
I think it gets up to like 9 or 10.
Yeah, I would think a 1.8 is, probably close to the bottom. But that 0-1 average is pretty solid. That would get you up a little bit more. I would have to see the averages that they use for each division. So not really a big help for you. Yeah, Gage, it is a big difference. But people advance at variable rates in each game. Personally, for like me and Drake and whatever, our cricket game surpassed our 0-1 game, mainly because we highly disliked throwing at bullseyes. We sucked at it, and so we just played a lot of cricket. So our cricket game went up, and typically they're like a 2 and 20, 2.5 and like 22. 3.0 and like 23, 25-ish. But everybody's a little bit different. Just, kind of depends on your preference, how much you practice at each one. But, it doesn't really matter, though. If you're killing it in 0-1 and not at cricket, you're going to be put in the appropriate level and play against, people that are right around your average. So it'll be good competition anyway.
Just went out there and talked to a couple of the bystanders. Crystal and Faith are shooting the 1.8 and the 1.7 is their average, and this is a level 7 match. So, Gage, if you're still in there, you'd probably be thrown in, at least for your cricket, in a level 7 here. And then, yeah, like it was mentioned, your 0-1 score, very nice. That would get you a little higher up in there. Yeah, Daryl, you had them very close on that bracket for sure. Deanna said vendors use highest known average, minimum of 96 games in league, must have a 0-1 in cricket to play both. Each has an average. If not, can only play the game you have average for.
Very well put, Deanna Otto. Couldn't have said it better myself, obviously, as I did not say it good at all. But there you go. Reference that. I know about the 96 games, but that's about it. Gage, get your 96 games in by, you can do, well, I don't know what it looks like for you guys, but leagues finishing up for this winter. Get into the fall when they start in September. Get your 96 games in, then you can get into states. And regionals, you don't even have to do that. Regionals, I think you can just show up, but if you don't have an average, you get put in masters. So you're going to get spanked around with a 1-8 and 21. So I would still suggest getting into a league, but it would be fun. Come up here, man. Food's good. I don't know your age. Drinks are fairly cheap, depending on what you get. Lots of good vibes. Obviously, the commentating is entertainment for y'all at 2:04 in the morning. I'm just talking about elements and have no idea what I'm saying. It's just fun, man. I'm not looking to make a buck. Drake's making a buck. He's doing a great job. He's been rolling with this stuff on his tablet. He's been keeping up with everything. It's good stuff, man.
Only buck I made was $20 that I put in a slot machine and turned that into 100.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We walked over to get some pizza, and we didn't even get pizza. We got $100 that you were just raking. Well, then I got pizza after that, but... Waterloo, Iowa, in the chat, huh? Jacob Worthley. What time is it over there, though? It's are you guys 3 hours behind? Right? 2, 1, 12, 11?
I don't know. How was your
11?
geography in college?
Well, actually, my geography is worse than my chemistry. Let me tell you something.
Why don't you talk on
Let me
some
tell
more?
you something. To embarrass myself further, it took me till 12th grade, bro, to figure out where Hawaii was. You know, you got that map where it always shows like Hawaii and Alaska or whatever down by Florida. Dog, I am not even kidding you. According to Dakota Zulke, Cuba, Florida, and Hawaii were all in the same spot. Wow, dude. Again, though, if you see me in the hospital, it's a totally different story, man. I'm on my game as a nurse, but do not come at me for anything else. Oh, 1 hour? Dude, I don't even... Oh, my gosh.
Are you guys a couple months behind us here in Michigan?
Yeah. Are you guys last year's at 2025?
Drew gonna take advantage of these 20s for sure.
I would check with your vendor, like Captain. Usually they have like a captain, and then maybe they have like a board with several people on the board. Figure out how many games you got. They can usually tell you where you're at. Just whoa.
Jacob said 207 is hitting us hard. Sadly,
Man.
Dakota was my best man at my wedding. You can ask my wife. This is us at 2:07 in the morning, 3 p.m. She's this is just typical banter between us.
Typical banter and typical choose my words carefully here. Just
207 might be hitting us hard.
207 might be hitting us hard. Also, I'm just dumb, dude. I like straight up. I'm not even gonna fight it. I'm just dumb. I love this though. I love commentating. I love that Derek has gotten GTS together and made this stream available to so many people across the nation, people in our state, putting Michigan on the map for as far as dart goes. You know what I mean? Same with MDC. You know, Midnight Dart Club. They're a big proponent of streaming and getting them good darters on there, and then getting on here with D Parker. Man, we just back and forth, bouncing off each other. I love it. It's good commentary. Even if I say dumb things and he says smart stuff, I'm all about it, whatever. Sinking his teeth in the 20s, man. This is a max lead right now. He's got to move off it. It does no good to stay on the 20s. Move away.
How many 20s have they hit right here?
So 20 times 10 would be 200. 13. Hey.
Nine mark, trip 20, triple 16. Huge throw from Ryan there. Wow.
Yeah, Drew and Ryan just got to pull away with one more victory, and they take it. Crystal and Faith got a lot of work to do. Crystal able to find a couple of 19s, put some points on the board. Nothing to hang your head about. We're round 4 out of 20. It's 219, but we know people can go a whole round and miss every single dart. You get your opponents to do that twice, and you sink your teeth into a 4 mark and a 5 mark. The game is completely turned around. So, got to chin up.
Daryl said, cough, Indiana makes Michigan darts competitive. Battle Creek seems to be pretty competitive there over, you got Lance and Josh Bird over there. I think you mentioned something about them earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta pipe in a little bit. Obviously, that was some troll work there. I mean, you got Brady Brown, Danny Broughton. You're looking at Midland, Flint. Tom Keller is from the Jackson area. He just played in finals there. Yeah, you know what? I'm offended. Nah, I'm just playing.
No, definitely solid shots in Indiana. We had Jamil and Jeff on earlier. They are killers. We had them on the stream a lot last year. Daryl been on a couple times. Good shot.
Lots of Indiana players here. Lots of people I don't recognize, but they did bring competition to states. That is no doubt for sure.
I think there is a reason that Michigan players aren't allowed to play in the Indiana State tournament, and that's because they don't want all that hardware coming back up north, but never know.
Yeah, it'd be taking a lot of plaques out of that state, and there ain't much there for them in the first place, so it would be a shame.
Jeff uses house darts. He does. I asked him earlier just to double check if he was throwing bar darts, and 100% was. We mentioned earlier, everybody's got to find what works for them, and sometimes a little 10-gram dart does the trick.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jeff can use them all day because, boy, I don't throw anywhere near as good as he did with them some bees. Let's go. Ooh, kill him. Ooh, kill him. Ooh, dang. Fine 6, though. All those darts are right in the area she wanted them to be. I mean, there's not much you can change about that, but nothing you're going to do differently. Great darts, though. Hey.
Finding 2 17s, wants to take that point option away from the ladies.
Get rid of it. This is a good dart. That's what you need to do. You got plenty of point. You got a lot of difference going on right now. You continue to throw and chip away. 3 fats, you're in a perfect position right now to be doing that.
Yeah, going back, we had some Chicago darters in here earlier as well. The Midwest region is just lights out shots for darts. I'm not too familiar with the West Coast or the East Coast, how they do it out there. But, I mean, Midwest just goes phenomenal on the darts.
Yeah, and you're talking Midwest considers Minnesota, Wisconsin, all that. Wisconsin has crazy darts, dude. Crazy darts. A lot of good players come out of there. Illinois, I think, is Mike Maloney. Man, I can't think off the top of my head right now, but there's several darters from Wisconsin. You know, boom goes the Wisconsinite situation. That'd be interesting to go and commentate in Wisconsin. You know, you got like beer heavy, dart heavy. Like, that'd be a good time, dude.
Cheese heavy. Have a good night, Daryl. See you in the morning. I would love to see a regional game of the United States, do a little Midwest versus the East versus South. You know, that'd be pretty sweet to watch.
Yeah, a little tri-regional situation. You know, Iowa, I know they have darters in Iowa, but is it Iowa I'm thinking about?
Huge marks on those 15s. Takes the point lead here now.
It's tough traveling for you guys out there. Like, if you were to get into a position where you wanted to go make money, do these bull shooters, do, you know, these travel darts, you guys are so far out. It's like unfortunate. I know there's a lot of EDC going on over there, which is solid, super solid. They're trying to make that a big thing, and that's awesome. But it's tough because there's so many miles and so many hours of driving that you'd have to cover.
Drew finding 4 20s, go up 280 on 209. Gonna force Fate to go back to those 15s here, gain some points. Every round here, leaving those 20s open to the gentlemen, have come back to bite the ladies in the butt here a little bit. Always kind of forcing them to play down the board where the Drew and Ryan always have that top side to go to. Hits that flight of that first dart into that 222.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that. It's just, I mean, you got to consider the cost of the flight. I mean, just like anything else, though, I suppose. You got to pay for gas. You got to pay for food, hotel stay. But anyways, back to this game. 208 plays 209. Man, they're really chopping it up, ain't they? I was going to say they had a chance for a second there. They really closed the gap considering they were down 200 points.
Oh, I've been having my mic backwards here. Just said this is a 1-1 match, race to 2. Drew and Ryan in the king seat. If they win this, they take it home. If not, Crystal and Faith going to have to double dip.
Anything is possible at this point. These games have been going many rounds, and we all know, I'll say it for the 50th time, piss everybody off, but these bowls can look like the tiniest thing to you in a game of cricket when you're not throwing at it constantly. You're going from these triples, the fat slices, everything, to a bullseye, and it just repels your darts. Ryan stepping up to bat, throwing a 3-8, which is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, that's killer for level 1. I mean, we saw much worse averages in Masters. He's feeling it. He's feeling it this game, and I love that. I love that for him.
Yeah,
and he deserves to make some big moves right now for this game.
That 9 mark he had earlier definitely had to probably get his jitters shaken out a little bit and a little confidence boost there for sure. Especially to throw a 9 mark on stream is a huge feat that we'll see some Masters and level 1 players struggle to do. So that's awesome to see. Drew up here 3 bullseyes, close this one out. Take home some hardware. Misses into a single 16, gives them some extra points there, not an issue. 2 darts can put this away, double bowl, single bowl. Not going to be able to get it. Look to get a mark here, help his partner up on his next time. Not able to do so. Triple 15 was already closed out. Finds a bowl, then goes into another single 15. Ryan up. Needs 3 bowls. $97-point lead here, I believe. All 3 darts to go bullseye here, I would assume. Hits his first start, flights into that 19. First start sitting on the top right side of that bullseye. Not going to be in the way too much here. Should definitely see a nice low bowl there. Needs 2 marks on the bowl, 3 darts to get it. One dart in the black will put it away. Nail in the coffin. Puts a little hanger on that with a second bullseye there. Not able to slide in on that third. Nice of him to give his partner the shot to close this one out. Ryan needs one bullseye to put this away.
Ryan needs one bullseye to put this away.
Echo going on in here. Sorry
Echo
about
going
that.
on in here. Sorry about that. He's got to center himself. He's got to bring himself down to earth here, and stop thinking about it. It's gonna get in your head. Just get your hand up there like you normally do, and let that baby fly. Let that sucker grow some wings. He finds it. Let's go.
Huge cheers outside of the tent.
Big
here.
rush of
Great
energy.
Shot.
Ryan and Drew take it home to mama. Good darts. That was an entertaining matchup there for sure. I like that.
That is going to wrap up the night for us here on the stream. We will be back tomorrow morning and throughout the whole day, giving you guys some content. Thank you guys for sticking with us on Facebook, YouTube. Appreciate everybody coming in and chatting with us. Thank you for listening to us fall over our words and say that some metals are magnetic that aren't.
Listen, I'm here to educate and entertain. One of them's better than the other, and one of them you should listen to, and one of them you shouldn't. I'll let you make that decision.
And just like that, closing time is playing on the overhead speakers. Thank you guys, and good night.